Sixth gear! Hello everyone, it's Supermoto, and today is a very special day, because today I'm showing you my brand new KTM EXC 300. It's actually not brand new, it's a 2017 model, but honestly I couldn't care less. Because 2017 was the last year model that they came with a carburetor instead of TPI fuel injection, which means this bike will have the distinct two-stroke power curve, compared to TPIs, which in my opinion run a bit like four-strokes and aren't nearly as fun. Today I'm going to ride my bike on the streets and see just how much power a two-stroke 300 really has. Then I'm going to take it into the forest, where it really belongs, and see if I can handle all the two-stroke power on some really hard terrain. I'm also going to do some small tests, like climbing up stairs on as low RPM as possible, to see just how much bottom end these 300s really do have. Because from what I've heard, it's an insane amount of bottom end. Lastly, I'm going to attempt to do some wheelies on this absolute beast of a machine, and see if I survive. And lastly, before we begin, I can guarantee my own well-being while doing this, but I cannot guarantee yours if you try to replicate anything you've seen in this video. So, for everyone's sake, please don't try any of this at home. Alright, let's begin by kickstarting it and giving it a quick sound check to see how nice this thing sounds. Even with the original exhaust, I bet it's gonna sound pretty dang good. Yeah, speaking about good sounds. Great sounds come at a great cost. At the end of this video, I'm going to try to calculate just how much fuel this thing consumes. So at the end of the video, I'm going to refuel the bike to the same fuel level as on this picture, and see how many kilometers I made it in that amount of fuel. Which will give me a rough estimate of how much fuel this thing consumes. Okay, first what we're going to do is a simple second gear launch on this long straight here. Let's see if I can keep it down or if I'm going to just loop out and die. 3, 2, 1, go! Sixth gear! Holy shit! Sixth gear and it just absolutely flies up there from there. Sixth gear! Let's also do a 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. I'm gonna start in second gear because this thing is a spaceship in first, so there's no point. It's just gonna lift. But yeah, let's see. 0 to 100. Yeah, and keep in mind, I am not ridden this thing for many hours at all. Alright, I think you get how much top-end power this thing has. It's absolutely insane, just from that short video over there. So now I think it's time to test the bottom end power of this thing, which I'm going to begin by doing by riding up these stairs right here. On a four-stroke, you would have to keep the revs quite high to make it up these. I mean, it was possible on the 125, but damn, I had to give that full gas. Like, I'm gonna actually... Like, I can crawl off the stairs. That is wild. Like, I'm gonna put it in the first gear and then just keep the revs at like almost idle. Like, look how slow this is. That's insane. How can a two-stroke even have that much bottom end power? It's actually ridiculous. What if we can make it up here? That would be really sick. Should we do it? I really want to. Jag ska försöka köra upp här någonstans. Jag tror det kommer gå bra. Eller jag hoppas det i alla fall. Så jag skulle uppskatta om du får med min krasch på film. Okay, let's see if we can do this without crashing. Dude, it's too easy! That is actually insane. It's got infinite amounts of torque. I mean, infinite amount of grip too. That is actually insane. Nej, det där är det sjukaste alltså. Det där är så...
Vad fan, du ligger typ på 20% gas.
Ja, max. Alltså det är ingenting. Jag ligger som säger. Så. And the thing with a 300 is that you can just You can just find something you want to ride on, and then you just ride on it. It's insane. Like there's nothing stopping you anymore. I think it's time I start doing what I'm gonna do with this thing mainly. And that is of course doing wheelies. So I have a simple test in mind. I'm going to see how easy it is to lift in every gear with just throttle compared to the Husqvarna. The Husqvarna is basically impossible to lift in anything over third gear without using the clutch. And that's a 350 4-stroke. So I'm going to try now to lift this thing in 6th gear with just throttle, not touching the clutch. Okay, 6th gear. That is actually insane. That is so ridiculous, dude. Holy shit. I'm gonna try see how easy it is in other gears too. Like this is 3rd gear. Like I've ridden many things. I've ridden 450s, I've ridden 500s, I've ridden an MT-07, and there's nothing that has the power of this thing. I think this is 2nd gear. Like that was up to 6th gear in a wheelie that easily. Police? No? Okay. I thought I saw a police for some reason. Okay, so completely unplanned. I found this like speedway track. Oh, it's really slippery. It just spins infinitely. Now we're going to talk about the main differences between this thing and a 354 stroke supermoto that I rode before. My Husqvarna FE 350 that you might know. So really the biggest main difference is the bottom end power. Like my 350, you have to get up to some really high RPMs for it to lift off the ground willingly. This thing, if you just lay here at low RPMs, it just lifts from 0 RPMs. It's wild. It's nothing like a 125 two-stroke where you also have to get up to some really high RPMs. This thing really is a creature of its own. And then if you add the clutch, you can basically lift it from idle in any gear. It's wild. Okay, let's try some low speed wheelies. See how hard they really are. Oh goodness, it's so sketchy, dude. You just know that if you accidentally get into the power band, this thing is gonna spin up. You're gonna do a 360 no scope, 360 scrape scope. Oh, look at the one-hander. Nice. You're gonna 360 scrape scope and die, basically. Oh, 180, nice. Oh, knee knocker, nice. Oh, knee knocker one-hander. Holy shit. Nice. What's so cool about two-strokes is that coasting with the clutch out and coasting with the clutch in is basically the same thing. Since you don't have any engine brake when you're just cruising, there's no difference in pulling the clutch in. Okay, so I would say that is pretty similar. Okay, but no, we're gonna go with 4.5 liters. That's perfect, because 5 liters is 1 deciliter of oil, which is really easy to measure. So let's whip out the baking equipment, as you do. So I actually brought Mom's baking equipment with me to measure two-stroke oil. But the cookies are gonna taste real fun after this. Alright. 1 deciliter, just dump it into there. Mixing gas and slapping. No, we can't say that, sorry. Okay, let's do some counting. I'm gonna try to get the display to activate. There we go. Let's see how many kilometers we're at now. Okay, 1,477. So 4.5 liters consumed over this many kilometers. In the next video I'm gonna try to make my 300 two-stroke street legal. This means putting on some goofy side mirrors, a really ugly plate holder, and some even uglier indicators. Subscribe so you don't miss it. See you next time.